change the cold inside. Lily, you never change. They all want a brand new box today. No matter what's inside, all these pieces that meant so much to me those days, tide has washed them all away to vain. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Stay out of the cold rain, for your heart may become a rusty. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Don't stand there in this heat. Your soul is drying out. You don't need to wait, need to wait, need to wait for us. What is there to say? Everything's too late, and we all accept it that way, so be it. Time marches on. Really? Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Stay out of the cold rain, for your heart may become rusty. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Just stay safe and sound as long as you are there. I will figure it out, figure it out, figure it out for you once more. Lily, not change the beat. The sky is not the same no more today. There is no turning back. Lily, not change the beat. Covers always judge books by today, if they are shiny or not. Every page inside is meaningful as always, but no one's gonna read them out again. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Stay out of the cold rain, for your heart may become rusty. Oh, please don't wait for me, darling. Don't stand there in the sea. Your soul is right out. You don't need to wait, need to wait, need to wait for us.
Alright. Hey guys, we're doing Guilty Gear this week, and Justifies. I completely understand where you're coming from, but what's really interesting about this one, so Daisuke Ishiwatari is the director and lead artist and lead musician. He is currently playing guitar on this song, I believe. He's fantastic. He specifically does all the vocal songs in English because he finds that if it's in Japanese, players have a hard time focusing on the game. So the meaning behind having English lyrics in Guilty Gear is to let people focus on the fighting, which I think is hilarious. But also, like, he writes really good English lyrics. That gear doesn't look too innocent, absolutely not. But we're starting with Guilty Gear Xrd Sign. So basically, with the way the Guilty Gear stream is going to work, Guilty Gear Xrd is the one that comes just before Guilty Gear Strive, and this is sort of like me getting hyped for Strive. But there are two versions of Guilty Gear Xrd, three if you count a certain one. There's Xrd Sign and Revelator. They have two different story modes, they take place one after another, and then Revelator 2 is just like the Ultra edition of Revelator. So we're going to be playing both story modes of that. Now, I'm really rusty with Guilty Gear. So I'm going to play the arcade mode for my boy Saul Badguy. And hope that it goes well. Also, the arcade modes have, oh right, I can choose skins. But we're going with Classic Saul. Actually, I don't think we have Order Saul, so yeah, we're gonna go with regular Saul Badguy. Yeah, it absolutely makes sense. But also, they didn't half-ass it, so. Also, there is story in the arcade mode. Cast in the name of Saul. Thou are guilty.
Damn, kid. Shut up. So, this is legit? She's definitely not
Here, I'm gonna turn this up a bit. Mostly because somebody's watching TV super loud upstairs.
We can believe her declaration of war. Then no part of the world is safe. That's just great. So
There. I bumped it. Oh, my microphone audio is alright though.
Bounty hunter, remember? I only work when there's money on the table.
Also, the sequel to this
There's something I need to discuss.
doesn't have a
Bring
dub.
us in.
It's gonna be
Know where to
only in
find me.
Japanese.
Just name your
I'm
price.
actually also gonna shrink my
$1 million world dollars.
webcam window.
$1 million in cash.
Damn, old man, no mercy.
Doesn't pay.
Come on.
Salt. Person. Man. Get ready.
No! Oh man, I fucking love May's theme.
You want to live, pal? You better not hold back.
Hey, don't forget the groceries! You got it!
These intros are so good. Also, so, just like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, most of Guilty Gear's stuff is music references to Western rock. Alright, so punch, slash, heavy slash, kick. So that's that one. Go. There we go. I think I got this now. So Daisuke Ishiwatari really likes Queen. And Queen, they made a song called Mr. Bad Guy. Saul Badguy's real name is also Frederick.
Why are you so tough?
So he is literally Mr. Bad Guy. Yes, he's everybody's Mr. Bad Guy. Can't you see? He's Mr. Mercury. Spread your wings and fly away with me. I didn't know how I was gonna... You should like Queen? Every sane person should know and love Queen? Absolutely. Yeah, just, I don't listen to a lot of classic rock personally, but, like, I appreciate it, so... I also figured that by doing Guilty Gear, like, it would be a nice chill Wednesday stream where, you know, I'm playing against computers, how hard is that fighting game gonna be? Also, there's, like, little stuff written on different portions of, their costumes, so see if you can catch some of it, because it goes by quickly.
I don't give a shit how old you are. Maybe think before you pick a fight next time.
I did it. To this day, I don't think I can really tell what is classic rock, but Queen will forever hold my heart. Mm-hmm. If you can sing half as well as Freddie, you need to be in the business. Yeah, absolutely, jeez. Also, look at these fucking character designs.
Let's break.
Heaven or hell. Duel.
Like, I'm gonna let Venom get a couple of things in because his mechanic is really fucking crazy. He shoots pool balls. His mechanic is billiards. It's great. Listen to a fair amount, and I've gone through a heavy Beatles phase. On occasion, listen to Queen and Floyd and whatnot. I mean, yeah, I like some of Pink Floyd. I find that some of it can get, I don't know, a bit much for me. I like Rush. The Wild Force, Silver Ranger? I can see that. I didn't watch a lot of Wild Force. I think that was just as I was phasing out of Power Rangers. Oh, jeez. I should probably consider actually fighting. Dragon install! Yeah! This is what my Soul Badguy game is all about in Guilty Gear Xrd. That form is actually set to a different character in Strive. It's so cool. I do like a bit of sorry. I do like a few of Pink Floyd's songs. Like, I mean, Shine On You Crazy Diamond, if I feel like listening to something forever. Like, on the background. And of course, like, The Wall is classic. And then I like to listen to Wish You Were Here when I'm feeling kinda sad. Eh. Oh, actually. What is the instant kill? No. I think I can only do that if it's like the last round, you know? Certainly a brand that you'd only listen to an album at a time. Don't care to pay too much attention to each song. The Wall was an experience, though. Mm-hmm.
Hope you enjoyed the game.
Dark Side of the Moon syncs up with Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. So I watched Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 with the Anime Bomb guys, and I had a really bad time. Like, nobody had fun. Some people even got high beforehand, and it didn't help. So, I'll take you on your word, because I'm not rewatching it. Also, this guy, his name is Axl Lowe. Of course, because of Axl Rose. He is from 1998 and was sent 200 years into the future.
I'm gonna wipe you off the face of this earth, son. When I'm done, there won't be enough left to scream. Heaven or hell. Duel.
Well, it's a great movie that I love listening to the songs, even if they aren't from the same album. I really appreciate when they, like, when an album is so cohesive. Also, fucking look at these backgrounds. Like, goddamn. Damn, you're going hard, Axel. Daft Punk's discovery into Interstellar 5555 is, oh man, it's great. I love that. Oh no, he used a super! Oh, this might be the end of our intrepid adventurer, Carson. No, I did. Reminds me of a game that came out a few years ago. Oh, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Yeah. It was actually made by Arc System Networks as well, so I believe it actually uses the Guilty Gear Xrd engine. Tyrant Drive is an absolute... Like, Tyrant Drive and Dragon Install. I absolutely love them. Axel, you're making a bad case for me liking your character. I just need to do that. Ah, fuck it. I wanted to end it on a super, but I guess we're not. Oh, we might, actually. I might be able to do an instant kill in the next... Maybe my fucking around had a point after all. Money plays both times when they go to the Weapons Expo. Oh, god damn. Brain damage plays when Paul Blart is attacked in the heat by... in the head by a bird. I think, I was watching Game Grumps, and they mentioned how, like, Daft Punk made an album in 2013, then sort of faded away, and their whole thing is, like, when a band dies... Oh, right, Dragon Install. They either fade away, or they make one great album and then call it, and Daft Punk kind of did both. Oh, jeez. I need to pay attention. Axel is, fucking my shit up. Alright, I'm gonna have to redo that. Jeez.
Yeah, maybe I can't beat you in a fight, mate, but I've studied your weak points all across history. Continue? No. What's that look?
We're gonna continue. Alright, for realsies this time. Which is worse, Fant 4-Stick or Green Lantern? Definitely Fant 4-Stick. Green Lantern, like, had its moments, but Fant 4-Stick really... It was a movie where their license to the media was running out, so they had to make a movie. And that was its only purpose of existing. I gotta use my projectiles a bit more. Saul Badguy is such a physical attacker that, like, with Axel, I can't let him zone me. There we go. Green Lantern tried. Fant 4-Stick was a boring and shitty movie. Absolutely. Well, and I think I'm looking at it in a different light now that Ryan Reynolds has watched it. It kind of feels like they're a bit better in Green Lantern. God. I gotta, like, fuck up Axel before I can start reading comments again. God damn! What are you doing with that sliver of health? Okay. Beals are an interesting case because the people pretend that their last album, Let It Be, doesn't exist. Everyone seems to want Abbey Road to be the last album, and they don't usually... and they even usually forget the final song on Abbey Road because if they do, then the last song is the end. Aw. Ryan Reynolds looks like Kyle Rayner and acts like Guy Gardner. Aw, you couldn't be more correct. Alright, we're in the tea room.
They've taken the bait.
Yes, but it was almost too easy. It makes me nervous.
Humanity's representative, the Conclave.
is in talks with Ram.
Man, I gotta think about how I'm going to, like,
No one
explain the
will
Guilty
put you
Gear
together.
story up until
Not
now.
in this chaotic world.
Because it's gonna be hard to understand
We cannot
what's...
allow ourselves to be distracted
happening.
by the likes of Soul Badguy. Handle it.
How can
Ram,
I explain it?
Valentine.
So, I love Arxis design. Never had the privilege of playing a Gears game, or can even say how my graphic design, but it's great. Is that man in here? I believe he pops up at the end of the story.
You should fully commit.
Oh, Justifies, it's more about, like, what I can remember. Because it's... I never played the original Guilty Gear because I never had a PlayStation growing up. And I played Guilty Gear XX. And I have Guilty Gear and XX Core Plus R on the Switch, so we might play that later. But, so let's see if I can remember. So basically, back in like the 2000s, I want to say like around 2015, humanity was like, hey, you know what's cool? Magic. You know what's better than polluting the earth? Magic. You know what's better than weapons? Magic. And they replaced all technology with magic. There was this guy, his name was Frederick. He was a magic physicist. And he was in charge of, or rather, he was like a main component of a program called the Gear Program, which basically fused animal and human DNA into a hybrid using magic in order to create a biological weapon. So, like, as a technicality, think magic furries as weapons. We'll put a pin in that, because turns out the Gears revolted. They didn't want to be weapons, and this one named Justice was their leader, and they started taking over the world. And the world was like, And they were able to go and defeat Justice, and lock her up in like a dimensional prison. And all was good for like 5 years. Sorry, to preface this, the fight against Justice took like a couple hundred years. It was called the Crusades. So a couple hundred years of that. Freddy gets turned into a prototype Gear, goes by Soul Badguy now, joins the Crusades, beats Justice, everything's super cool and fun. 5 years after Justice is defeated, dimensional prison's breaking. Who knew? The Order of Holy Knights needs to buff their forces with people. So they do a tournament where, like, the prize is a wish. It's a vague tournament where you can win a wish. And, you know, all the characters join it, and in the end, Soul Badguy has to fight this guy named Testament. And Testament's like, yeah, I just need some blood sacrifice to bring back justice. And, you just need one more person. And he wants Saul to be that, but Saul fucking won. So what does Testament do? He's like, oh, well, you know what? I have blood. I'm gonna use my blood to bring back justice. So, Testament brings back justice, and Soul Badguy beats Justice again. It was pretty dope. Guilty Gear XX, I believe, comes around. One of the most recognizable characters of the series, her name is Dizzy. She's the girl with the angel wing and the devil wing. She's a pure-blooded Gear who can operate autonomously like Justice, and people hate that, and people are afraid of that. The captain of the Holy Order of Knights, Kai Kisk, is, you know, he has to capture her and execute her or whatever. But also there's a bounty of 500,000 world dollars, I believe, on her head. And everyone wants to get that bounty, so they go after Dizzy. And in the end, of course, Soul Badguy ends up fighting Dizzy. And he wants to kill Dizzy. Generally, Soul Badguy, not actually a bad guy. But when it comes to Dizzy, he wants to kill all the Gears, and he can't be too safe. So he fights Dizzy, and then he realizes Dizzy's kind of chill. So he's like, go on, get out of here. Captain of the Holy Order of Knights, Kai Kisk, thinks that Dizzy's pretty cute. Wants to go on a date. So Kai marries Dizzy, gets busy, has a son named Sin. Of course, when you screw your enemy and bear a child, you're gonna name your son Sin. He doesn't want Sin to be like... He wants to grind her gear, yeah.
Sorry, old man.
He doesn't want
Manners aren't really
his
my
son to
thing.
be a problem,
Gotta enjoy
you know,
life.
politically, so he sends him away with Saul Badguy. And then there's Guilty Gear 2 Overture, which nobody played, because it was like a Warriors game mixed with MOBA. But in it, basically, like, this organization called the Backyard, which is also, like, a place that's run by a guy named That Man. Oh, thanks for the hydrate, Justifies.
Heaven or hell.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna stop there, because I don't remember Guilty Gear 2 very well. If I remember correctly, what happens in there is that, like, this entity called Valentine needs the blood of Dizzy or Sin in order to do something evil, and then that man is helping them out. Also, that's fantastic, Justifies. Glad to hear it. The point is, like, Saul, Badguy, and Sin Kisk go on a road trip, and they become friends. And I believe that leads us up to Guilty Gear Xrd, where the Valentine entity is coming back as, like, 3 people. Also of note, Justice was Saul Badguy's girlfriend back in, like, 2015, named Arya, and Dizzy is Justice's daughter, and Saul Badguy helped with that. So, technically, Saul Badguy is Dizzy's dad. And that is all I can think of while actually playing the game, because I need to focus on hitting Chip Zanuff. Okay. Okay, we need to drag install this shit. There we go. Dragon install is like the fuck you, I'm gonna win move. Alright. So, what do we have for comments while I was trying to explain Guilty Gear?
Wasted enough time on you. So, win. Straight.
Which saga have I been following? Definitely the Suez Canal
Slow down.
saga. Although, Shrimp Toast Crunch, apparently that guy's married to Topanga from Boy Meets World, which is fucking crazy. IBM was hoping we could do that joke from Death Battle. You don't like the concept of Death Battle?
Is proceeding according to plan. Our
My dad could beat up your
preparations are
dad.
nearly complete. The dawn of human reform is near.
Okay.
All that remains
What's your favorite
to
weapon
elite
turns into another weapon, or
activation.
perhaps even a triple combo?
It will not be long before
can use an
this
example
world
from a
breaks
series.
free and begins anew.
And yeah, he got the Devil Gene.
Begins anew
Uh,
as the world we wish it.
I mean, honestly, I just like all of the trick weapons from Bloodborne. But they're kinda... Oh yeah, so here's the rival. The blue guy to Saul's red guy, Kai Kisk. We're in New York now.
Soul! Thank goodness you made it.
Is our pilgrimage finally over? About time.
Yeah, time to go.
What? You're going alone? Other nations are already mobilizing. We should wait.
Other nations?
Oh, and also one thing that I forgot to mention was that, like, a whole nation just sort of built a ship and was like, fuck magic, we're gonna go back to technology, and then made their own nation.
There's something we need to discuss.
Sounds like none of my business.
No, thanks for
Where
popping by,
Stan the
Pepper Shaker.
bounty hunter
Glad you
is,
could come,
right?
and thanks for the hydrate.
That means I go where the bounties are. End of story.
It seems my words fall on deaf ears.
Glad to see you figured it out. Hope you haven't gotten soft.
A foolish question. One does not sit long on the throne with a dull blade.
Good.
I'm gonna kick your smug ass.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
An energy crossbow that can turn into a hatchet and also a chain and sickle. That would be cool. There was the Switchglaive in, I believe it was Neo 2, where it was like a sickle blade that could turn into a scythe. That was pretty neat. Oh. Hold up. Sorry, I'm looking at your comment. I cannot see why Automod got flagged for that. Oh, Kai, come on. I would like to escape, please. In every fighting game that I play, I always choke on the fight your rival. And that's what I'm doing right fucking now. Long Saviors are cool. I'll never get over, though, how the Mortal Engines series is where cities and nations are monster trucks that eat each other. What the fuck? That's... Like, that sounds cool, but I cannot see that being executed well. Wait, he said ride the lightning. Oh no. Oh no. Kai, please, please. Think of me. Think of the player. Alright, gonna drag and install this shit. Nope. Chip damage. That's how you roll.
So, victory is mine.
So, losing.
Literally, every single fighting game I play, I choke on the rival battle.
I trust you do not contest this outcome. A shame you couldn't show me your full strength.
Continue? Not.
I'm gonna contest that outcome. White paladin looking jerk, yeah. You'll also notice that on their belts, Saul has free and Kai has hope. Filled with hope and free is a Queen lyric.
Soul,
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Alright. Let's see if I can pretend to be good at this game. I think that's what pisses me off about Guilty Gear. It's all because of me. Because I love the game. I am not good at Guilty Gear, though. It is legitimately my favorite fighting game that I suck at. I think it was... How was it? This. Oh, I got so close there. You know that voice? I can't think of the voice actors on top of my head. Alright, hold up. Because I think I forgot one of my... I forgot Tyrant Grave. Oh, it's four... I've been doing back to front forward. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna block that, please. Oh, I missed that. No, I didn't. I did it! Not an artist, but I wish I were one and had some aesthetic imagination when it comes to weapon design. And just a simple sword would work when it's designed coolly. Yeah! Yeah, it's called Junkyard Dog. It is a shotgun as well. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. No, I was too far away! I was gonna do a cool thing. But now I might lose. Yep. Man, I had the instant kill ready to go, and I just could not do it. Sorry guys, that felt kind of flat.
Not bad for you. But I don't have time to wait for backup. I've got a few questions for that punk.
EXE and Star Force, since they're the only ones you really know. Yeah, they were good. They were definitely completely different from the Mega Man that I grew up with. Alright, so this is Ramlethal Valentine. She's got a really cool design. Also, it says Japan. That crater back there is literally all that's left of Japan.
What the hell is that? Are the people down there okay?
That direction is Babylon.
Damn. They sure know how to bait the trap. They got us.
Bait? Got us? Well, what are you talking about?
Why don't you ask her?
Yeah, it didn't really feel like they addressed it outside of, like, Shooting Star that we never got.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
So Ramlethal, any of you guys who are here for... Sorry. Any of you guys who are here for the Guilty Gear Strive beta, was one of the characters that I fought. And she's got a cool mechanic where, like, she has two swords that she can position throughout the battlefield. And she has close-up attacks that work better when she has more swords available. Her mechanic is a bit different in this one. I don't quite remember it. I think it's quite similar, but I didn't main Ramlethal.
It's not over yet. Show me what you got.
Can I catch her? Yep, I can.
Unlikely.
That all you got. So, win.
Man, though.
Duel.
Everything aesthetically for Guilty Gear is my favorite. Like, the music, the visuals, the gameplay, just the overall everything of Guilty Gear is my favorite fighting game. And Guilty Gear will always be in my, like, top 5 list of series. Okay, we're gonna Dragon Install this one. We're gonna Dragon Install the Tyrant Rave. Oh, right, he was!
What are you really after?
What do you mean?
Cut the
I
crap.
forgot that he
There's
played
more
Teddy.
to this.
Ah, you noticed.
You declare war on the world and sit on your ass in the middle
Man,
of
I kind of
nowhere?
want to play War for Cybertron again.
But we had to
I
come
wish
out
that
here
they
and see.
had, like...
You're after
good-
something inside Babylon,
Do they
aren't
have
you?
PC ports of War
Very
for
clever.
Cybertron?
The outcome of this battle wasn't important. We won the moment you set foot on our soil. You wanted to know what I was after? I suppose I can tell you now.
Yeah,
It's always been
they
the
have a
same
PC
thing.
version. I kind of want to play it now.
All this world's redundancies.
I played with
Everyone you will
a friend
die.
back when it came out, and it was a good time. He's also Kakashi's voice? I can hear that. Alright, so anime symbol pops up.
What's going on?
You're joking, right? Hey,
Keep in mind that this is in the 22nd century, so
Can't be good.
this is the future of mankind. Like, the 1990s happened. Everything up until, like, I think 1998 is, like, our regular world. And then in 2015, they ditched everything for, magic. Oh yeah, like Naruto had top tier talent for their voice roles. That Steve Bloom was Zabuza and Orochimaru? Yeah. And Guillemon, yeah. No, that kind of range is just fucking crazy.
The people are disappearing.
That energy. Don't tell me there's another Valentine out there.
God damn it, old man. We've got to save them.
No, they couldn't. Then, could she have been telling the truth?
Kai,
Paul St. Peter voiced
what the
Kurama
hell do you know?
and Wormmon?
Okay, that's
Oh,
enough.
jeez. I didn't know that one.
I'm completely expendable. I'm a pawn, you see. It's time we died. Let's go together.
Get out of there now. Just getting ready to blow you up.
Shit.
Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it, Saul? And that's the end of Saul Bad Guys Arcade.
Not change the beat. The sky is not the same no more today.
Stream over, you guys can go home. No, just kidding. So, this actually leads into the story mode.
Always judge books by today.
I mostly played it just so that I could get back into the, I guess, feeling. Teddy? Behold, my ultimate technique! 1,000 years of death! Last words, oh shit. So yeah, this directly leads into the story mode that we're about to play. I mostly played it because I want to get good at the controls first, because it's been a hot minute since I played Xrd. I was playing a little bit of Accent Core Plus R on my Switch, but that doesn't translate nearly as well. And of course, Strive felt a bit different as well. But goddamn, I'm gonna link you guys, and I'll link it in the Discord as well. The Guilty Gear Xrd. Vocal Collection. Because every single thing in here is a banger. Some of them hit harder than others, but I would absolutely listen to all of them.
They change the cold inside. Lily, you never change. They all want a brand new box today.
There you go.
No matter what's inside.
I don't think that includes anything from Strive. That's all coming. I really wish I could have got the Ultimate Edition because it comes with it comes with the soundtrack, and that's what I want. I want the Guilty Gear Strive soundtrack legally. You and the P4 anime is amazing? Absolutely. I think... Who played Narukami? That was Johnny Young Bosch, right? That was? Yeah. Okay, good.
What is there to say? Everything's too late. And we all have
Yeah, I don't know. I think that the PlayStation 4, the Persona 4 anime was really, really well done. You watched it before you knew it was a game? Damn. I played Persona 3 when it came out on the PSP, but I knew of the series beforehand because my friend had it on PlayStation. Like, not Persona 3, but he had Persona 1 and the 2 that came out here. And, yeah, I've been playing since the PSP one. I'm actually really excited because I think... Doesn't SMT3 Switch? When does that come out? When does Nocturne come out on Switch? I think it's like either this month or next month. Oh shit, I was completely wrong. It's May. Okay, I have plenty of time. P4 spoilers allowed? Yeah, I was doing a Persona 4 playthrough on stream a while back that didn't catch on, and I was dropping spoilers in there, so. Anything that has Johnny Young Bosch in a major role, I will watch with no questions asked. Yeah, go for spoilers, though. But, actually, good on you, Daybreak fan. If you are going to drop spoilers, just please mention that you're about to drop spoilers for something. If it's, like, popular right now. I know it's a game from 2008, but...
Well then, shall we begin?
Teddy's futile existence has no meaning.
It's time to take over the world.
Thank you, Brain. To be continued. In Guilty Gear Xrd Sign Story Mode. Yeah, it's a new record because I have my save data on my PS4. P4 was on the literal last legs of the PS2's life cycle, yet managed to be a hit. Absolutely. I'm really glad that they ported Golden to the PC so that a whole host of other people can play it. They're shutting down the PlayStation 3, PSP, and Vita eShops, like, in June, I think. So it's crazy that people won't be able to play, like, actual Persona 4 Golden anymore on Vita. Imagine if the Phantom Thieves were in P4 and changed Dachi's heart. I think it would be cool to see what his palace would be. As well as Persona 3 FES. Yeah, and Persona 3 Portable. I know you're not really into it, Justifies, but it offers the, well, the female protagonist, which is, like... Oh, hold up. Am I remembering the story mode wrong? Here, I gotta turn me off so I can read this. Yeah. Alright. Hope you guys are ready for a movie. I completely forgot that the Guilty Gear Xrd story mode was cutscenes.
It's time. Are you prepared?
All aspects of our plans are proceeding accordingly.
Prep for
Now
Kingdom Hearts?
we can do
Yeah.
is wait.
This is a trial run for the
No,
358
I meant, are you prepared
days over 2.
mentally?
Mentally? You were the last person I ever expected to hear that from.
True. I do not
Actually, you
understand
know
the
what?
human mind
To spice
well.
things up,
However,
because story
if
mode's
you are
broken
having
into
second
chapters.
thoughts,
Let's
that would be a problem.
let's play a chapter of
You waste
arcade
your time
between
with
every chapter of story mode.
In fact, I would think you might be having issues with mental preparedness.
We Valentines have no emotion. We do not seek meaning in our actions, or even to understand them. We do what must be done, as anyone would desire of a cog in a larger machine.
So as you can tell, this is going to be a story of how a
Sister, though.
thing without a personality gains a personality. It's written on the walls in black and white and color.
That was Mother's idea. It is not my business to ask why.
Indeed, and it would be a problem for us should there be a similarly weak link in this plan. We have invested a great deal. It must succeed.
95% of
She
people
was
with
faulty
Valentine as the
and
last
could
name
not
are
fulfill her
villains.
duty.
Yeah.
She does not possess
Except for
sufficient
Vincent Valentine.
information to
He was just a
sacrifice
scumbag.
this operation, regardless of her failings.
I definitely hope that is the truth.
I kid. Vincent Valentine, he was just...
Confess, I still have
He was just
doubts.
angry.
The projected casualty count alone.
He had a lot going on.
This again? We have all agreed. If we miss this opportunity, who knows when the next might be upon us? Assuming the world can last that long, I fear we do not have the time required to make human humankind understand why this is necessary.
I understand.
Yeah, doesn't he appear like way too early in the story for it to like line up as well? It's gonna be really
We must
interesting.
act before that man has an opportunity to undermine us.
So that man is the leader of like a third faction.
Yes. As for you,
Uh,
Lethal,
He lives in like a separate dimension called the Backyard, and he basically orchestrates a lot of
I am only
bullshit that goes
a pawn
on
in
in
a
Guilty
much
Gear.
larger scheme. I don't need to defeat him. Activating the cradle is our common goal, and that's all I need to do.
If I remember correctly, I think the Cradle is where they're going to reactivate Justice. Because that's, you know.
the last dawn.
Throwing your hands up in the air about remake following the continuity? Oh yeah, it is definitely its own separate entity. Chapter 1. Devastation. How about Funny Hey, Daybreak. Funny Valentine did nothing wrong. He was a paragon of virtue. His heart and mind were unclouded. His thoughts only of justice. Good observation, Justifies. Yeah. Funny Valentine took the napkin. And I respect him for that.
Still don't know the cause, sir, but we're getting readings from the center of Babylon showing
That guy's name is Leo Whitefang. He,
Is it Ramlethal? Sonar results are in.
he's a cool dude.
Located a very large object. It seems to be the source of the vibration and shockwave, sir.
But can you tell me what the hell it is?
Matter analysis can't keep up, sir, and all our local contacts aren't responding.
Son of a bitch. Send in search and rescue.
Very line main hair.
Right away.
Yep.
Get me that damn damage report. We need
No, he lives up to his name of Leo Whitefang.
One national leader's online now.
And yeah, that's Sojiro.
Yes, sir. The press line won't stop ringing, sir.
Later, let the 3rd Division handle it.
Sir, we have an incoming transmission from His Majesty.
I also thought it was really cool how Diego Brando was kind of a chill guy by the end.
Kai, what the hell is going on in Babylon? Does it have anything to do with Japan?
Most likely, yes.
And Iskander from
Still trying
Fate
to
Zero,
decide how to deal with
and Die Hard
all
from
of
Code
this.
Geass.
The situation is bad. I'm going to need your approval.
What? The hell do you need me to approve?
I'm going to release Elf temporarily.
So Elfelt is another Valentine? Essentially the Valentines are a series of like,
You know I can't sign off on that.
I guess,
What just happened?
No.
entities.
That's exactly why we must release
And they all have, like, they all spin off from Justice, and Saul Badguy's girlfriend from the 2000s.
To do that.
Elfelt is one of them.
Did she suggest that?
There's,
No. I can't.
sorry,
What if this only
there's
gets
Ramlethal,
worse?
Elfelt,
Be trusted.
and
What if
Jacko
it's
Valentine.
bringing you along?
I thought as much. Then I've no choice but to act on my own.
What? Hey! Damn it, Bambino.
He's also got fangs.
Sir, now what?
Initiating biosecurity scan. Identity confirmed as Kai Kiss, King of Illyria. Executing contingency 8.
So they're releasing Ramlethal Valentine. Sorry, Elfelt Valentine.
Yes?
Everything you predicted has taken place, just as you said it would. What I'm about to propose may seem too convenient, but
You needn't worry. I knew this would happen as well.
can you stop her?
My sister and I possess the same control restraints. I will stop her.
Final bomb. Elfelt.
If I remember correctly. So yeah, we did Saul Badguy. But as we go through it, there's an order that these take place before the events of story mode. I guess versus Metis? Yep, and throw in a third one too. Throw in Labris.
However, I've determined that you may
Morgana,
eventually
yeah.
become an obstacle. You spell trouble for my mother. That's bad.
So here we are with Saul Badguy. This is where we left off.
Shit.
Cassandra Lee Morris, a VA I can name. I suck with celebrity names, so.
Why?
There's our girl Elfelt in her beautiful wedding dress. I love Elfelt.
What?
I was really hoping that she would be in Strive, but I think she might be DLC.
Whatever's going on in Babylon, stop it now.
Impossible. I couldn't even if I wanted to. No one
Oh
can
shit,
stop me.
another thing I forgot to mention about
You.
Guilty Gear lore. So you know how they were trying to get the bounty on Dizzy, and then they just sort of decided nah? There was a character, her name was Jam, she was a bounty hunter. She just took credit for getting rid of Dizzy, and she got the 500,000 world dollars, and she used it to, like, fund her dream to open a restaurant. Elfelt's so cute. I love her. I need an Elfelt figure. How much is one gonna be? $212. Maybe not.
Disappeared.
Sir, we're not
I'll have to
getting
like
anything on sonar
make a
or
GoFundMe for an Elfelt Valentine.
What the hell could make something that huge?
How do you become a billionaire? I got Dizzy.
What should we do?
We can't let people panic. Remind all divisions to maintain
Is
total
Elfelt
media
evil?
blackout.
No.
Activate the military and local law enforcement. We need patrols
So I guess like
Understood.
the Valentines are more forces of nature. They're not necessarily evil. They're just sort of fulfilling their orders. Elfelt is like.
What's the status on those hotlines?
They're all connected.
So she
Patch them through.
built a personality, and because of that, like, she's a nuisance, but she's not evil. And she can actually be quite helpful.
He's saying they've captured Ramlethal.
What? Are you sure?
I'll put him on.
Before you do that, make sure you tell him he's a son of a bitch.
Oh man, now that I'm playing this after playing Persona 5, like,
Hey,
I can just
have you ever wondered what it's
hear
like to be a bird?
Sojiro saying these things.
What? No.
Really? Not even once?
So yeah, this happened in 2014.
The human mind
I felt like Mothra? I guess kinda, in a sense.
Anyway. Come on,
Uh,
you're an adult. Act like it.
It's sort of like how
What, you don't have dreams?
I guess it would be.
it's like Mothra that evolves into like
It's the same thing.
No, it's
Mothra
not. You don't
always
have to be
being a
bird
good
to
character,
fly.
you know?
Ah, that's not what I meant.
All right then. Have you ever thought about becoming a cockroach?
Ugh, definitely not.
Why not?
So yeah, Frederick is Saul, and
Sure,
Arya
you never
is
know. You might
his
enjoy it.
girlfriend.
You've got to be kidding me.
None of the socio-political
Powers of
bullshit.
EXE or Star
No real
Force?
natural enemies. Plus,
I'm gonna be
you're next
completely
to
honest.
impossible to kill. Doesn't that sound like a pretty nice life?
If I get the powers of Star Force, I can become a Kamen Rider, and
I doubt
I
the
kinda want
roaches
that.
think They're gross.
Well, true. I
EXE
guess
is
they
far more
probably don't.
versatile.
Don't
But
guess
I
me
can
about it.
henshin
Why
into
would
Star
they?
Force Mega Man.
You and I see everything through the lens of being human. Transforming into something else entirely isn't that much different than death. This whole world could be one big lie.
That seems a little narrow-minded.
Right?
So that guy
No
back
romance
there,
with him.
he's
That's the big
he's that man.
This is science, not romance. All I'm saying is that our values are informed by our experiences and the stimuli we have at our disposal. So the only logical thing to do is live our lives to the fullest in the moment.
So I guess lore. These guys are all physicists researching
We're
magic.
Scientists, but we're humans too. Don't you think your perspective is a little lonely?
What?
Let's
Yeah,
take
you're
our
completely
past
right,
lives.
Justifies.
Is that a
Man, now I
memory
want to
for you,
replay Star
or just
Force.
a sequence of events?
I gave my copy of Star Force 2 away
Seriously?
to my friend, so.
You're going to try and critique my philosophy with sentimentality.
Let me rephrase that. If the world
A
was
human
going to
style
disappear
Godzilla show? What do you mean, Daybreak?
What would you do today?
What kind of a question is that? Stop whatever's ending the world.
Listen,
or
Justifies,
die
they might be
trying.
pharmacists.
You mean spend it with someone you love?
You know, Daybreak. That man. Literally, the character's name is that man.
I'm going back and you two
He
should
has a
too.
name, but I'm not
Just
gonna
because
spoil
Vince
it.
gave the order doesn't mean we get
'Cause
to be late.
you guys need something that I don't tell you.
Well, you definitely made her feel lonely. You really do like to get lost in your own little world, don't you?
Yeah. I picked the wrong answer. Rub it in.
That's not what I meant, Frederick. She's worried about you.
I personally think
Why
that
would she
Saul
do that?
Badguy gets the best character development in
Well, what?
this Xrd story mode,
Your
as
world
well
is
as
very small.
Guilty Gear 2.
And whatever you do it
He
alone.
becomes Saul
Even in the
Dadguy
laboratory,
in
all you have
Guilty
are
Gear
rules.
2.
What? So I should be kissing ass so I can play with the cool kids? I've got
Oh,
you and Arya. That isn't
Mr.
enough.
Whitehair. Mr. Whitehair is that man.
Soul Badguy,
See?
the flame of corruption.
No, not this guy, though.
A hybrid
This
of gear and human
Bedman
cells
is a
built by
different guy
Batman.
entirely.
But even with all that power, you can't escape your humanity.
Oh, thanks for the hydrate, Justifies.
Still, you're one hell of a scientist. You figure out a way to keep your real power under wraps so people still think you're human. But the truth is something else.
What is it? You seem much more cheerful than usual.
Yes, this is wonderful. He's the perfect protagonist for our story. If he were art, even a third-rate curator would be able to see that there was something special about him. And your life's work, destruction of the gears and revenge on that man.
His shirt
A
says,
fascinating
"Dreamlike reality."
contradiction And such passion. This has to be fate. Eventually
What
become
man?
the mythology the world will create. A world of absolutes.
Before we
Listen, Daybreak, I can say the sentence, "That man lives in the backyard," and that makes sense in the lore of Guilty Gear.
Ramlethal, unstable though she is, turned out better than expected.
Then you shall continue to direct our little farce on the silver screen.
Bedman is a writer. Alright. So now I believe we have to do Venom. Here. So we're gonna go back into a one of the arcade ones, and we're gonna do Venom.
Who dares to enter the mayhem?
I suck at playing Venom. I suck at a lot of these characters that aren't Saul Badguy. So this one takes place at the earliest in the story.
Contacted us directly. If you're trying to circumvent the Post-War Administration Bureau, you may want to rethink your actions. What? I do not understand your motives. If you think you pull my strings, the Assassin's Guild strings, then you're gravely mistaken.
Yuri Lowenthal voices Sasuke, Minato, and Yosuke. Yep.
My apologies. Please, forgive me. First, however, I must verify your information myself. You claim Zato, our lead leader, has been brought back to life. Fine, but I need...
So Zato, full name Zato 1, is, he's basically a stand user, as you'll see. Maybe. I don't know if Zato's actually in this game.
Venom versus May.
Also, we're gonna beat up May again. Hey Daybreak, if you want to, go for it. I'm not going to go into gargoyles hoping to, like, go in blind, because I've been exposed to it a lot. So, if you want to go for it, by all means.
Heaven or hell. 2 of 1. Let's rock.
Something like Assassin's Guild is so antithetical. I don't remember this mechanic. Yeah, so I don't play Zoner characters very often, and Venom is definitely one of those. I'm so glad that we get May's theme again, though. It sounds like a Sonic Adventure stage theme. I love it.
Cautious win.
Cautious web. Like, imagine an assassin willingly registering their name, face, and other details. I mean, to be fair, if you create a group of assassins and share information and pick the best assassin for the job, and then split the fees, you can make a lot of money. So I think if I get... Yeah, so with my pool Q, I can knock those around. I suck at this, though. I'm gonna keep saying it because it's always gonna be true. What are your things? Okay. I did! I sent the spinny orb to her. Nailed it!
Not even worth rechalking for this one.
Venom, win, straight.
Did you spend enough time training to feel bitter at this loss?
Wow. He's saying that, like, if...
Venom versus Chip.
You suck so hard that, like, you should feel bad, but only if you actually train for it. There are assassins groups, and that makes sense, in a way. Black market connections are a thing, too, but guild is way more official. Yeah, I guess, when you say guilds, it kind of implies a certain level of organization. Chip, just... I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but hit my balls. Turns out you can hop back in, so what's poppin'? We found out that the Guilty Gear story mode is cutscenes only, so we're playing the arcade modes in between chapters, and the arcade modes are gonna provide context for the story mode. Downside is, I have to play as every character, and I'm not good at every character, so... And yeah, Billiards and Savagery. We're playing as a character who uses billiards as a weapon. He is the pool's... He's the pool assassin. You want that body? To have or to hold? Because honestly, I could agree with either. Is that the Sheikah's eye? Yeah, I guess you could interpret it as that. Oh, Chip, come on. I'm gonna send this ball over to you, and you can just deal with it. Want another? Yeah, I lost track of where I was.
Not even worth rechalking for this one.
Honestly, Pepper Shaker, I don't know. It could very well be. Also, his ball says dandyism, and I don't know what that implies.
A strategy that relies on intuition, but I do not. At times, it can exceed expectations.
Absolutely justifies. Like, he has to have an amazing hairstylist.
Venom versus Eno.
Oh man, Eno is one of my favorite character designs. She's a rock and roll witch.
We're gonna have fun.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1.
She debuted in the first Guilty Gear game that I played, and like she's part of what sold me on it. She attacks with music. She is literally a music witch. Just imagine her just shredding the guitar on What's New Scooby-Doo. Like, straight up, I'm trying to figure out a way to draw Irina in the new Eno costume. Oof. Earth, wind, fire, and air. It may look bad, but we don't care. I didn't watch that much Scooby-Doo, I'm sorry. I do not get your reference. Imagine there was just like a regular looking dude who doesn't care too much about style. Wasn't that hot or anything, if he was a really good fighter. So Ryu. Well, I guess not Ryu, because he wears his gi. Imagine Ryu in a t-shirt and you got that guy. Oh wait, no. I think it's Bob from Tekken? He's just literally a guy in a t-shirt. He's kind of big. You know, he's a chunky boy. But he's good at fighting. No, I did heavy slash. I was trying to be fancy and I lost. This is just like Axel.
I can't handle all those balls.
Continue. Nine.
We're gonna continue.
Venom versus Eno. Get ready to
See, situations like that are when I wish I have a stream deck so I can just hit the zoom in button.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One.
For Hat, we're covered in different colored picks. That would be cool. So yeah, like I'm starting to learn that I can place those balls, and then if I hit them with my weapon, I can just sort of send them over like that. Thank you. Doctor's gotten to Tekken so we can have a JoJo character in Guilty Gear? Yeah. Well, they're looking... I did the survey for Guilty Gear Strive, just to tell them how the beta was. And one of the questions was like, if there was a guest character in Guilty Gear, who would you choose? And I didn't choose a JoJo character, because I wasn't thinking of that at the time. I chose Kamen Rider Decade. I said that he would make sense because Axel comes from a different time, so why can't Decade come from a different world? Some choices like Giorno, Polnareff, and Diego. This is my response? Ah, give me 1 sec. I did it!
Easier than eating a no-cushion table.
Sorry, Daybreak. My response to which? I feel like no matter what the game asks for, I'd always respond with Sans. Aw, man. That's fair.
So long as you look down on others,
Sans is a cool character concept. I want him to be in a fighting game, so I want so I can see how they, like, represent. God damn it.
The time has finally
I spilled
come
tea.
to initiate our plan.
Yes.
So here's these guys again.
I thought this day would never come, but solving the art of resurrection has expedited it. A feat never before successful.
Or
Since
indie
the
rep and
dawn of
AAA stuff?
time.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Of course,
I didn't play Hades,
Santo,
but the dude
subject
from
does
Hades definitely is culturally relevant enough that he could probably appear in some stuff now. Dragon Knight game, they had it where their Advent deck of cards you could slide between. AAA needs to come tumbling down. I think AAA development, it really depends. Like AAA developers are really hit and miss. Started playing Hades on Monday, good game. That's good. All of my friends are playing, well, have played it. Oh, look at that witch. Isn't she great? But I wanna play their game that came before, Transistor. I wanna actually finish that before I move on. I own it on PC and on Switch, and I got, like, the same, like, I wanna say, like, 5% through before I dropped it. God, Axel! Stop! You're making me an angry boy. I'm gonna send this ball over to you and just deal with it, okay? There we go! I just had to be patient. Only ever gotten to the second boss? Okay. Even as a kid, I thought that witches and wizards flying on broomsticks felt like it would be very uncomfortable and painful. Yeah. I mean, they have the power of magic, so I guess if they wanted to, they could probably make it a bit more comfortable. But they would have to, like, engineer it that way. I kind of like the idea in, like, Harry Potter where some broomsticks are better than others because they're more ergonomically designed. Like, the Nimbus 2000 that Harry had looked like it would cradle the ass pretty nicely. Axel, please. Okay, here. Feel like you'd be light enough to not worry about? Probably. I think it's more along the line of placement when you're sitting on it. I think Kiki had it right when she did it side saddle. That seems like the optimal way to sit on it. Oh hey, I beat him. Maybe I'm just better at fighting games when I'm absentmindedly talking about stuff. It's not just the ass, but guys have balls, and for women I think it would be awkward if there was grinding. Yep.
You act flippant, but you do
again, that's why side saddle is the way to go.
But I must acknowledge your skill.
Oh, hello, Smokey.
Venom versus Slayer.
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't put Slayer in Strive. He might just not be important to the story. But he's, like, kind of a classic. You know, hanging out here, draining women, throwing their deflated corpses away. He's iconic. It's the exact reason you don't bike. Oh man. If I can find a way to legally get my license, I've been wanting to grab a motorcycle. Not just because they look cool, but also because it's a lot cheaper to operate. Like, the insurance is cheaper because you can do less damage on a motorcycle, and also motorcycles are cheaper to buy. Okay, look. Oh man, I fucked up there. Come on, ball! Did I... Who won? Oh, it was me! Good. I'm glad. Biking is different. A broom is a straight line. Used to want a motorcycle, but I slowly learned just how dangerous it is and how easy it is to break. No, that's why, like, I don't think if I were going anywhere, like, far away, I'd use it. Vespa would be cool. That the modern American wizards are more modernized than the Europe wizards? Oh, kind of like an old world, new world kind of thing? That would be cool. Come on. I'll be completely honest when I say that I'm bullshitting this fight. Because, again, I'm not actually using Venom's mechanics.
It's not over yet.
Okay. He jumped over my ball! Oh, and he beat me too.
Frankly, I thought you had more potential.
Name one cool character that does not ride a Vespa. Bet you can't. Lizzie McGuire. Oh wait, she rode a Vespa in Rome. Maybe I can go for an instant kill on Slayer. I need to, like, really plan it out, though. Oh, never mind. Sorry, Just Fies. If I weren't so into this fight right now... Oh, can I? No. I don't have enough meter. I burned it with the ball. We'll try it on another one. Even with iconic bikes like Kaneda's Capsule Wheels or any of the Kamen Riders bikes, do you want to know what your dream motorcycle is? Well, since you so nicely put it, and you obviously want to say it, go for it. Yusei's Dual Runner? Oh man. I don't think Yusei's Dual Runner would be street legal. I'm afraid that that is way too complex for streets. Like they use phones and technology while still using magic? That would be really cool. I do like the idea of like magic users embracing technology to make life better. Sure, all JoJo's characters on Vespas? They just never show them with them? Absolutely. Straight up, Giorno lives in Italy. He owns a Vespa. If you live in Italy, the government gives you a Vespa to ride around the countryside. It's just the law. Well, Magitech has been a thing for a while, but I think Daybreak's talking more along the lines of, like, they have magic, they have access to it, but they also use regular-ass technology. Not Magitech, but, like, you know, they can cast Zeta Flare, but also they have an iPhone. God damn, Potemkin. I gotta be more aerial for this fight. Get hit by my dark ball. I died. That is a command grab. I can just watch. My controller said hell yeah. Joseph rode a bike while going to rescue Speedwagon from the Nazis. I mean, unconfirmed. King Arthur totes rides Vespa, even though it wasn't invented until at least a millennium later. Counterpoint. Fate series King Arthur rides a Vespa. God damn, be chill, Potemkin. also seen non-Magitech, but essentially magic-enhanced technological devices. Oh yeah. I think it would be cool for them to see them as like two separate oh god damn it. Two separate entities. Got 2 hell medals. Don't know what that means, but I got them. There's this big biking path all across Japan, and I would like to ride it.
Is a good strategy, but perhaps you should have looked for an escape. Continue. In close quarters, you don't stand.
We're wrong, huh? I'm gonna commission an illustration of Artoria riding a Vespa just for you, Justifies. Artoria rides a Yamaha VMAX in Fate Zero. I can't believe that they had Gigantamaxing. I didn't know that those Pokemon cards came out back then. I don't think there's any salvaging this. Yep, that super armor got me. How am I gonna beat Potemkin? And that was only the first round. Still got a long way to go if I want to accomplish. Come on, ball. Let's do it again. Yeah. Irisfell came out and said that she thinks of her than top of the line Mercedes as a toy, and it's a speed drifting demon. Vanessa from Phineas and Ferb rode Vespa and Summer Belongs to You special. She did. I just watched that. Name a character cooler than Vanessa Duke from Schmertz? Justifies. I think Pepper Shaker's got you beat, buddy. I think Vanessa Doofenshmirtz could beat Artoria Pendragon in a fight. Okay. I think my only choice, my only way of beating Potemkin is building enough meter to activate my instant kill. Did it! So yeah, we basically turned him into a pool ball and killed him.
I saw no need to call.
The song that's playing is called Heavy Day, by the way.
The guild has a great many techniques for many situations, but nothing to counteract devotion. You were a formidable foe.
Here we go. What's written on the backhand of Venom's gloves? God, I'll have to double check it.
It seems some individuals have learned of Zato's whereabouts.
That hardly matters.
And just by saying that the obvious, Haruko from Fulikuli is a Vespa rider, so yeah.
Permanent solution.
What should we do with Zato? There are fluctuations in his speech patterns.
I find that hard to believe. Could his consciousness actually be returning?
So fucking Magic Sele over here.
Even if
They got something to do with Zato and Venom's not going to be too happy about that.
Soon the cradle will be activated. The results of Zato's sacrifice were unprecedented.
So yeah, the whole explosion thingy that happened, that was set up because of our boy Zato.
Venom versus Melee.
Oh, Amelia's cool. They had Roman numerals on their faces before Kata in Boruto lame
This is the
sequel.
Conclave's lab. If that information was right, Zato should be...
Melia.
Venom.
All these designs are fire?
Well,
Absolutely.
Conclave certainly has a twisted sense of humor.
Melia, by the way, her
Interesting.
power is
you're
basically
that must
Bayonetta.
mean-
She can
Yes.
turn her hair into
Zato is somewhere
weapons and
inside.
such. I guess Yukiko with more flexibility.
Conclave dangled him in front of me, and I let them lead me down the garden path.
Hairblade? Oh, just wait until you see.
Me into
Just
guarding
wait.
The place where he was being kept. Regardless, I think I've made my point clear. I'm being watched by the Conclave.
I know. I believe we agreed that the next time we met, we'd be enemies.
For someone else, this might seem ironic, but given our history...
Wait a minute. Venom's fucking... He's rocking a Chanel belt. Like it's got the Chanel logo right in the middle, where like, the buckle is. He must have paid a ton for that. So yeah, Mila's got more than just a hair blade. She can do a lot with her hair. She can make like a vehicle with it. What other stuff do I have? Red Hall, midair. Okay. There we go. Wish I knew that for earlier, but... Man, that one's good. Given our history, did they used to bang? I believe they're both assassins, actually. Venom would be in conflict with Passion, then? Those guys are strictly Gucci organization. Absolutely. Truth be told, one of the only reasons that I know what the Chanel logo looks like is because, so Araki, he's really adamant on looking at fashion designers for his, inspiration on JoJo designs. And I figured, like, that's a really good way to look at it and, like, get cool ideas. So I started looking at fashion design when coming up with illustrations. And you get a lot of cool shit with that. Also of note, I can't explain Melia's, I guess, magic orb. That is completely unknown to me. That is a part of her moveset that I can't explain. Alright, guess I'm gonna have to go for the instant kill again.
Still can't beat yourself.
Venom. Duel 3. Turn up the heat.
Huh. I think the round stuff is going through my controller and not the speaker, which is interesting. Have I watched Infinity Train yet? No, not yet. I haven't been watching much of anything recently, actually. I used some of my bar for a burst that didn't do anything. Okay, so it's... Just, Melia! Let me get off my instant kill, please. God! Tite Kubo had a vested interest in fashion, but his aesthetic is the greatest of the 2000s. I can't think of, like, the non-Shinigami in, like, battle designs off the top of my head. I can't think of their civilian outfits. All I know is that Chad wore, like, a t-shirt. And Orihime wore, like, a cute dress. So for anyone who played Blaze Blue, you can sort of see how Guilty Gear influenced it in terms of, like, design choices and sorry, give me one sec. Design choices and storylines, because, and also like movesets. Mila's sort of dash down there is basically Jin's ice card. And of course, like, Ragna would be Sol, and Jin would be Kai. She has a bunch of splash pages at the beginning and end? Okay. Yeah, I think my brother was more into the Bleach manga than I was. I was reading Death Note at the time, so... I was so into Death Note when I was younger that I even had, like, the novels. Both the LABB murder cases, as well as I'll Change the World. Mila, please. Let me have this. Why can't I use any of my supers? Am I just not being good? Here, look. There we go. I didn't take a peek at what this thing said. There we go. I didn't cash it. Oh, hey, that was me. I was the one who won. Yeah! Yeah, the one with Beyond Birthday where El teamed up with Misora? Yeah, that's the LABB murder cases. I like realistic fashion. Button-up shirt and jeans? Sold. Sell. Teen cargo shorts? Of course. Sweater and nice Sherpa corduroy jacket, beanie, and some hippie glasses? Classic fit, yeah. There's Zato. So that's his stand that is down there. That's Eddie, I believe.
Lord Zato?
Is that really you?
Amelia, you can still... But why? Everything is false grandeur. A barren wasteland, but all I have left is the comfort of resentment. So
wow, those are like top-notch emo lyrics, buddy.
Forgive me, my lord, but I must be sure.
Heaven or hell. Duel.
Thanks for popping back in, though, Pepper Shaker. Hope you have a good night. So yeah. Zato is a stand user. He's got sort of like a hybrid type stand where it's an armor as well as a fully functioning stand. If I had to give it like an ability, I guess it would be darkness manipulation. Like to manage in Discord? We'll do so in a minute after the match. Yeah, sure. Oh, don't! Okay, that wasn't as bad as I'd hoped. Oh, that's bad, though! You caught me between the shark and the sword. Never get yourself caught between a shark and a sword. Oh, hey, and there was also a hydrate in there. Thank you, Pepper Shaker. There was nothing in there. My cup was empty. I'm sorry. There we go. Proper hydrate. Hiya. As you can see, my fighting game playstyle is rushdown, which means I'm not taking advantage of literally anything that Venom can do. Oh, that was a bad time to try to go for a grab. There we go, that did a bit. Oh, I don't think it did enough. No! Neither of us had health! I should have won that! Oh, he's got the trench coat going on too.
You're stronger than this.
See, Nomura would really enjoy Zato because he has so many belts. He's got one over his eye.
To have recognized your worth. That same recognition is what I now see.
All right, let's take a look.
Continue. Nine.
Oh shit, I gotta continue.
Venom versus Zato.
Oh yeah, I kind of remember those.
Lord Sato?
Is that really you?
Amelia, you can still... But why? Everything is false grandeur. A barren wasteland with all
People exaggerate Nomura and his belts and zippers. Well, he had phases.
Something's wrong.
Sometimes he got like a fire design idea, and then it just is what you do.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Aw, hello, Smokey. Eddie, come on. Be a good stand and fuck off. I know you want attention, Smokey, but I'm kinda in the middle of a fight with an enemy stand user and he's kicking my ass. All I've got is like the spin, but it's pool. I don't even have a horse, I can't do the cool thing.
It's not over yet.
No! Oh, that hurt. Oh, jeez. Speaking of characters in casual clothing, even though Destiny's Trio and Kingdom Hearts 3 outfits are already cool, you did some of them in more traditional fashion? Oh yeah. Well, in Kingdom Hearts 2, I was super down with Kairi's school outfit. Like, that was a cute outfit. I think I'm gonna start my, because I have to record an audition right after this. But once I'm done the audition, I think I'm gonna go into Kingdom Hearts 10 again. I was able to watch the opening cutscene, then I had to go to sleep after the stream on Monday. And by opening cutscene, I mean like the cutscene where they're sitting at the campfire and the swords are hanging out, and then it goes into the menu, and I'm like, oh, I thought we were starting something, but if we're not starting yet, I'm getting sleep. No! You're not allowed to... Listen, Zato. You're not allowed to dodge that. I refuse. Daga Kotowaru da! Not again! That's too many! Keck! Okay. I think I'm gonna have to go for the instant kill. I don't think I have the ability with Venom to beat Zato twice. So I'll build up enough meter, activate the instant kill, and then, hopefully, if the stars align, I'll be able to land it like I did with Potemkin. And not with Amelia. When I wasted half my bar on nothing. Oh, he got me halfway in there. Come on. Nope. I didn't have enough bar to activate it. Time to hydrate. Did a good rendition of Miku, but it doesn't look too good. She does, however, look great in the ones where she's in Digimon style. Absolutely.
You seem to have recognized your worth.
Yeah, I'm pretty good, aren't I? I'm very good lying on the floor dead. Okay.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Yeah, that's right. You don't get to use Eddie. Oh, now you do, though. I'll allow it. Oh, was I supposed to do something there?
It's not over yet.
Oh, please let it be over yet. I'm winning. If it's over, then I win by default. Okay. I did it. Fate Mages, when it comes to non-servant battles, strictly mage to mage, are interesting. When it comes to Fate Zero, Tanner was frequently saw Kiritsugu's magic. Basically limited chronomancy. That's really cool. Yeah, jeez, my Netflix expired. Oh, I think it actually just expired. Never mind. I was gonna watch Fate Zero on Netflix, but I guess I can't now. I could cancel my Final Fantasy XIV sub and get Netflix again, but I'd rather not. I might actually win this because I wasn't paying attention. I think when I was focusing... Oh, jeez. You know, I think I spoke too soon. I'm suddenly not doing as well. Pride cometh before the fall! Shouldn't have said anything. He can manipulate his own internal time to be faster or slower, but it puts a toll on his body. I see Sailor even a little bit. When has the last cutscene been? Well, I think it was just before Melia. when they were talking about reviving Zato. So it's just Zato right now. I think he's the last boss of this Venom arc. Do Tanner and I live in the same area currently? Yeah, sort of. He just lives outside of where I live. But, like, he can drive, so. Don't! Thank you. I can't believe you listened to me. He jumped over the ball. Please, just let me get, like, that hit. Thank you. Shout out for the fine-ass Blu-rays. Maybe you could ask if you could borrow them? Actually, yeah. That's a good idea.
There is no doubt. You are my master. I apologize for my insolence, but under the circumstances, I will accept any punishment.
Raise your head.
It's a dick move going for the dick move? Listen.
However, there is something I must ask you.
I had to. I sucked.
I need to locate the Conclave.
Sometimes you gotta do what the heroes don't.
I want you to take
Fight
care
dirty.
of Amelia.
Please, let me accompany you.
You are the only person I can trust, and therefore the only person for this task.
Then what happens now?
Indeed, what happens now?
The Conclave will use the Cradle. Their intent is to change the world. That is why they've allied with a monster. And why they want to understand the secrets that are hidden inside my body.
Change? What is it they want?
A great war. The Conclave's war. A war that will create a new world.
'Cause war. War never changes. But war. War has changed.
A new conflict. I can see it waiting over the horizon. Lord Zato.
IC pillages are reportedly Blu-ray rips with excellent compression, without animation downgrades. Well, yeah, like Blu-ray rips are what you go for when you're sailing the high seas. But yeah, like, I assume that the Netflix quality was what they did when they were airing it, and it's always just a little bit less. I mean, everyone here has seen, like, the Blu-ray Killer Queen versus the, like, anime run Killer Queen.
It's time to take over the world.
At most, they're 490-ish megabytes? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we beat Venom. We'll do some story mode, and then we'll go to Amelia. Which is gonna overlap with Venom, but you guys will see. Story mode. Joke's on you, gameplay recording paused. I've got a capture card.
This is Kate Walther. Local time is 3:15 p.m. We're interrupting our regularly scheduled programming for breaking news.
These chapters of story mode are kind of a nice break between gameplay. I'm glad that I decided on this format.
We have just received word that Ramlethal Valentine has been captured by the Knights of Illyria, only a week after her declaration of war.
Yeah, fuck you, Ramlethal.
Details on her capture are scarce, but it appears to be
They
related
edited out
to
the
the
Pizza
massive
Hut
earthquake
product
in
placement?
Babylon
Damn.
yesterday.
That's the girl's name? Ramlethal? Yeah.
Now for an update from Babylon.
Have you
Before man on
never
the scene,
met,
Mr.
you know, a
Karaoke.
baby named Ramlethal? If I have two daughters, I'm gonna name them Ramlethal and Elfelt. And if I have a third, it'll be Jacko.
Strange gray ash is raining from the sky, and this once bustling city is a deserted wasteland. According to investigators, no survivors have been found.
I mean, this was just Infinity War
Yesterday's
before
earthquake
Infinity War.
resulted in the disappearance of all Babylon citizens.
That guy's named Leslie, also my mom's name, so hey. Yeah, well, I went to school with a guy named Ash.
Can you elaborate?
So, like Ashley.
Well, according to the official
And also like
statement,
Ashley
all life
Williams
in the
from
area has
Evil Dead.
disappeared, but structures
And
seem unharmed,
Ash Ketchum.
ruling out an explosion.
Ash Ketchum's full
So
name is
whatever
Ashley Ketchum.
only affected animals and people.
That appears to be correct. Investigators are attempting to determine the composition of the ash as we speak, in hopes that it may shed some light.
This is on auto, right? Yeah, it is.
Does it appear that this phenomenon is in some way connected to Ramlethal?
The government is proceeding on that assumption, yes. Although some believe that it has something to do with the change in St. Elmo's fire.
Those are most certainly different, absolutely.
The Thanksgiving festival is still some time off, but the timing seems a little close to be a coincidence.
Our sources also tell us
The reason your name is because of a fan story called Daybreak that involves Ash from Pokemon, Izzy and Ty from Digimon, Link from Zelda, and the author's OC, Sasuke Kinomiya, going on adventures, but they have elemental powers. That's kind of neat.
The instruction of the Sanctus Populi, with Illyria leading development.
I really appreciate when, you know, people take fan works and like run with them.
And suffered heavy casualties. The opuses
Good fan fiction is hard to come by, but if you find one that you really enjoy, you gotta like latch onto it. I'm not big into fan fiction myself, but I really appreciate the amount of effort that people go into making it work
That was
well.
Mr. Kataoki reporting live from Babylon.
Depending on which version Ash, Izzy... Sorry. Depending on which version Ash, Izzy might be driven to murder if it's his Indigo League version.
But our hearts go out to the victims of this tragedy and their families.
Yeah.
Looks like the media finally got a hold of the story.
Hey, they don't even mention us.
Obviously.
Why not?
How are we supposed to explain we used another Valentine to get Ramlethal?
It's not really a good thing to have to explain.
Unfortunate. It's more convenient to allow the Illyrian army to take the credit.
Yeah, so basically, Kai's the king of Illyria. His army took the credit for taking down Ram, so...
means he's pissed at more than his share of cornflakes.
That's not the point.
Oh, politics.
Scott Snyder's basically being paid to write Batman fanfics.
Well, as long
Yeah.
as I get paid, I don't
I
really
mean,
give a damn.
if you're the
Mill, right? Man,
if you're the creator of the property, then it well, I guess if you're the main writer of the property, it ceases to become fan fiction.
Divide yet, have I?
In any event, both Valentines are the key to solving this mystery. Once they've woken up, we'll need to ask some questions.
Which means we need to get Ramlethal on our side.
If they aren't awake yet, I got some ideas about how to get them up.
But wait! Yes, they
Really? There's a Digimon X Tekken? That's pretty cool.
Fine, whatever.
So, what were they talking about? That St. Elmo thing or whatever it was?
It's a big-ass lightning bolt.
What? Why are we supposed to care about that?
Can't you ever actually explain anything?
He did. It's a big-ass thunderbolt.
thought we agreed
I
you
mean,
didn't
lightning
get to
bolt.
tell me how to raise this kid.
Yeah, so basically Kai gave his son to Saul, and now he is legitimately Saul Dad Guy.
There is no meteorological explanation, but it always comes in the autumn.
Redigitize? Oh yeah, I think I remember
During the
hearing about that.
Crusades, it saved several members of the Holy Order when it struck a group of gears. The fire gave the Crusaders the advantage, and ultimately allowed mankind to triumph. Since then, humanity has taken to celebrating its arrival.
So remember, the Crusades were like the couple hundred
saying
years between
Babylon got
2015
toasted
and
by
now,
this lightning?
where they were fighting the gears injustice in
Clearly
in
knew
a
about
war.
it before it happened, so I think we can rule out natural disaster on this one.
Correct. In the unlikely event that St. Elmo's fire were to fall on populated areas, the casualties would be tremendous. In truth, it could easily destroy an entire city. That is why mankind has built a lightning rod to attract it.
What?
Illyria Castle is that lightning rod.
Oh.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. So, basically, it's a big-ass lightning bolt.
Exactly.
I fear for his future.
Emile de Rochefort? Okay.
I apologize for the sudden call, Mr. President.
Don't worry about it. We're both short on time, though. Why don't you get down to business?
Thanks for understanding.
Vernon, I believe, is the President of the United States of America.
What's happening in your neck of the woods?
At the moment, we've managed to maintain order. People seem relatively calm. I admit I'm a little surprised.
Illyria's a big place. People on one side probably don't think something on the other side is going to be a danger to them.
Perhaps. But the media has shown no restraint. Could be a blessing, but I'm still concerned. No one seems to understand the gravity of the situation.
Let me explain.
People rarely show much concern for anything that doesn't affect their day-to-day lives.
Is that really what you think?
Yes. A long time ago, human civilization used science to propel itself to dizzying heights, but sacrificed the most basic connections between people. Perhaps now we're headed down that same path.
So deep into the Digimon greater lore that the top of your head is 100 meters deep at minimum. Damn.
Anyway, how are things on your end?
Vernon calling out Twitter? Absolutely.
Stability as well.
Imagine if, like, we discovered magic in the mid-2010s. Just the road that we'd be on right now.
No doubt those speeches from the former president helped as well.
I certainly hope so. However, that leaves us with our most pressing problem. The massive creature that attacked Babylon. We're still not sure what it is.
According to the High King's report, Ramlethal called it the Cradle.
Then we can be certain it's connected to her somehow. Can we assume it won't reappear now that she's been captured?
I wish I could
Digimon
tell
works
you
on a
yes,
multiverse system? That makes sense.
The truth is, that may not be the case.
Made your own version where Ash,
Evidently,
Taichi,
Ramlethal's
Sasuke, and
worldwide
Izumi start off as
declaration
normal
was
kids in
just
Japan.
distract us from what was
Find
really happening in Babylon.
Mysterious on Mount Fuji and awaken the Hylian elemental spirits, inhabit the kids' bodies, and turn give them powers. Link was in a statue that was broken free after the spirits were freed, and now acts as a sort of mentor. That's really cool.
Developing a countermeasure for this cradle and figuring out who's actually behind all this isn't going to be easy.
It's a pretty neat idea.
If there's anything we can do to help, please don't hesitate to ask.
Parallelmon hunts down dimension travelers?
Which
Jeez.
reminds me, what's the story with the other Valentine?
Well, that's interesting because that means that there could be a whole season of Digimon where they explore the different realities.
We don't know why, but she'll only talk to the High King. We'd like to bring her to the capital for questioning, but it's too dangerous to have her near such a densely populated
Maybe they could
area.
bring Cyber Sleuth
So
into
we're just
the
gonna have to
adventure
hope His
canon.
Majesty can handle it.
I see. Well, I have to admit, I was a little concerned when I heard he'd released, Elfeld.
Elfeld's the literal waifu, though.
That it worked out in our favor, but I shudder to think.
It's right to be cautious, but Elfeld is a pure cinnamon roll, and I love her.
Believe me, I share your sentiment, Mr. President.
I first noticed it during the international press conference, but lately, the High King's actions.
Oh yeah, Justifies. That was God, it's been so long since I played Cyber Sleuth.
Child in my dictionary.
The lady in the who you call on the telephone, then get teleported to her room. She was from Redigitize, right?
Shall we recap? We have discovered vital and disturbing information regarding the Cradle, which could alter the course of mankind.
Running gag at Daybreak is
in the right hands.
Satoshi is constantly mistaken
I
for
understand
a
time
real-life
is
Ash
short,
Ketchum.
so
Dang.
What do you believe we should do in this time of crisis?
And Rio originated from Adventure? Oh, that's cool.
Why are you doing this?
Is something the matter?
You already know exactly what you want to do, right?
Also, just a heads up, Slayer's a vampire. Like, vampires are canon real in this universe, and existed before magic.
Difficult to please.
Like, was popular.
Be that as it may, we have an obligation to deliver this information to the appropriate party. Even an assassin does not want the world to end. And above all else, I know that is what Lord Zato would do.
But we are a guild of assassins. The ending of life is our profession. As such, though we have powerful allies, we have powerful
I also think it's really
foes,
cool that they went for a
making it
Scottish
difficult
vampire
to
with
simply
Slayer.
knock upon Illyria's door.
What of Lord Mining in the post-war administration bureau? He still wields a good deal of power in Illyria.
You forget so soon? The Bureau reports directly to the
Okay.
Conclave. Lord Mining may be a friend.
I get where you're coming from, Justifies. And I think that's the best case scenario for what could have happened. As nice as it would have been for Davis to be in Cyber Sleuth.
Which leaves
Reno was pretty good.
America or the Federation of China?
Okay, that is out of the question. The moment we leave Illyria, we're going to be wanted criminals.
We don't have a choice.
Sile comes
Wish it
over
could be
from
avoided,
Dawn
but-
Dusk? Okay.
Then again, the High King, Kai Kisk, his views are often at odds with the Conclave's.
Not a bad suggestion at all. We must contact him at once.
So yeah, the gang's getting together. The League of Assassins is gonna go and hang out with Kai.
The Conclave hired us so they wouldn't get their hands dirty, but that got us close to them, or at least closer than anyone else. So, why bother telling the king at all? Why not just deal with this ourselves?
Oh, I remember her, yeah.
Deduction.
She was cute.
Deal we still don't know. I don't wish to act in haste.
You're not going to make us go straight over this, are you?
Satoshi. Why do people mistake me for Ash?
Aliens aren't the
Takes
kind
off
of
hat.
people to gloss over the
Is it
things
the
we've
hat?
done
Tie?
for one juicy
Yeah,
piece
it's
of
the hat.
information.
Qui? I don't believe you're in the guild.
You really like to poke us to see how we squirm, don't you? Is this some part of your dandyism?
I have no comment on that inquiry, which you may interpret as you will. However, on the subject of dandyism...
Also, what's cool about Slayer is that he likes to write haikus. Just, you know, a little tidbit. Little nibble of information.
A terrifying thought indeed. My lips are sealed.
Cross Wars 2, where multiple Digidestin from the past anime came together for the lamest crossover battle ever.
Hopefully not start a war just because they're old and bored.
Who goes there?
Hey, it's Bedman. As you can see, his name is Bedman because he has a bed.
Business with us, I must ask that you remove yourself.
Too slow.
This is mine.
Yep, and Bedman's pajamas say dreamlike reality. Alright. Link also speaks and adapts pretty quickly to modern technology. That's cool. But that was a little taste of Guilty Gear Xrd. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Guilty Gear is my favorite fighting game series, and the story is fucking wild. So I think we got a good format going where we're gonna play some story mode, then play some arcade mode to get more story. And by the end of Xrd Sign, you guys will be ready to dive into Revelator. And hopefully by the time this Wednesday series is done, we'll all be ready for Guilty Gear Strive in June. Because I'll also have to swap this out for, yeah, I'll have to swap this out for Final Fantasy VII. Aw, yeah, I'm sorry, Daybreak fan. But, my sleep schedule has been fucked. I stayed up until, like, 6 a.m. today. I went to sleep at 6 a.m. and woke up at 10 a.m., had a headache, and then slept in until, like, 2:30. So I gotta fix this before it gets worse. Saturday, midday is still yellow? Absolutely. So, just a heads up. Saturday at noon Pacific is going to be Pokemon Yellow. And then we're going to be doing anyone can join for Mario Kart 8 on Saturday at 8 p.m. Pacific. So, you know, if you can join, please go for it. I'll have the room code posted and everything. It'll be a fun time. Miss Super Mario Sunshine? Yeah, but, you know, it's the Pokemon 25th anniversary. The next, like, big one like that, when Pokemon's half a century old, is going to be another 25 years. And Twitch might not even exist by then. Good luck on this audition. Don't cry about messed up sleep schedule. Ah. Thank you for the good luck, and, we can agree that messed up sleep schedules are just bad. We might not even exist then? Ah. I made a pledge to myself that I would stay alive until the year 2100. Just to say that I did. I'll turn like 103, and then I can pass on. But thanks for catching the stream. I'll catch you guys on Saturday.